Wave 3 has new information tonight in the case of a Louisville police officer arrested in Florida last week. He has been charged with false imprisonment and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. And tonight, Wave 3's Connie Leonard has learned his wife's family fears for their lives and has filed for emergency protection against him. She joins us now with that story. Connie.
Well, Jackie, Metro Police tell us that Lieutenant Jerald Fifer is out of jail and on administrative leave while they conduct an internal investigation. A judge has also ordered the officer to turn in all his weapons at the request of family members, and we found out what his wife is saying about his Florida arrest.
1 week ago, 43-year-old LMPD Lieutenant Jerald Fifer was arrested by the Florida Highway Patrol near Tampa. 1 day later, his wife Sherry filed this domestic violence order against him. And here's what she says happened in Florida. On June 18th, she says, we were driving down the highway on vacation. He, Jerald, struck me in the side of the head. I was driving. He pulled out a .38 and told me he was going to kill himself, waving the gun around in the car. The gun ended up on the dashboard, and I was able to knock it off onto the driver's side floorboard. Jerald then kicked me on the right side of my body. He grabbed me and strangled me. He was screaming. I pulled over and exited the vehicle and was running, looking across the highway for someone to help me. He came back toward me, caught me, and carried me back to the vehicle and threw me back in the truck. We were pulled over by police. He told me, "Don't be stupid," expletive. He was taken into custody. He's been abusive in the past. I am very much afraid of him. 1 day later, his wife's parents and 2 sisters and their families also felt threatened enough by the officer to file their own protective orders, granted by a judge. His father-in-law stated, "He told my daughter he was going to kill her and then kill me. Then he said he was going to ride out in the country and kill my other daughter and her entire family and my wife. I believe he took my daughter to Florida to kill her and dump her body. I want him to stay away from me and my entire household. I fear for everybody involved. He has access to many weapons, and I believe every word he says." As Wave 3 has reported, in 2003, Officer Fifer was arrested for DUI at 3rd and Central Streets. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit.
Before becoming a sergeant in the 4th District.
Despite that, he was promoted to lieutenant at this ceremony 3 years later.
And Wave 3 archives also indicate Fifer went out on domestic violence calls as an LMPD officer. Fifer's attorney tells me his client was released on his own recognizance. He does not have a court date yet.